So run it. Dun, 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 dun. So Stephen, what do you have for us today?
Right, so I'm either wanting to do a video on mobility for a while, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. So I'm just going to start with something simple. Front rack. So I have 3 exercises, well, stretches really, for a front rack. So here, you can take a screenshot of this now, so you know. This one's for range of motion, that one's for motor control, and this one's for range of motion as well. These are 3 things we're going to go through. Click. Let's go. So the first one is the banded front rack fixer. So if anybody uses GoWOD, that's the mobility thing that I use. It's just easier and it links with the HWPO program as well. Obviously use a rig if you have one, but if you don't, just find something that's up high that you can link a band around. So if you want to get it, easiest way is probably just have it out. Bring your arm in, get it positioned underneath your elbow so it's on the end of your tricep. Reach your hand around and grab. Make sure your palm is facing up for the whole time. So you're going to lean in. The goal is to keep your arm close to your ear, palm faced up, and separate the distance from your elbow to your ribs. So you don't want it close, you want to separate and lean forward. Let the band pull your arm, you don't pull the band. That makes sense. So as you're here, uncomfortable like this, just leaning forward. You can split your stance as well if that's more comfortable for you. You just want to make sure that your arm doesn't kick out like this, because now you're not really doing that. You might still get a lat stretch, but you're not stretching any of the rotators. So keep it tight and lean forward. That's phase 1 of this stretch. If you get enough out of this, that's fine, don't go any more. Phase 2 will then be move away from the side that you're stretching. So I'm stretching my right arm, I'm going to move to the left, moving away from it. You move slightly this way. Then the position that I'm in now is here, and my arm is going out that way. So if you think of your front rack position, it's like this. There's flexion in the shoulder and external rotation. That stretch there that you're doing, there's flexion in the shoulder and external rotation. So that's going to mimic that one, right? Second one, this is the activator shoulders. So I have the small band from R.O.M and the normal length band. Usually people have these ones, so we'll just start off with that one. Get your hands positioned nice and close. You want to start with your shoulders back and down, so you set your shoulders up in the right position. From the side it's going to look like this. You're just pulling that apart. So you just don't want any of this or any of that where you're forward. Just keep your shoulders back and down so you have a strong shoulder position. You're going to start here. You're going to do 8 reps with a 5-second pause at the end. So back in. You just want enough tension on the bands that you can feel it when you get to the end range, but not so much that when you get here it's really, really hard. So if I go the opposite way where I have a lot of slack on the band, really it only gets the tension, but there's not a whole lot for me out here. Then if I go the opposite way where it's too tight, like I'm only getting here. So you want to get enough that you can get the end range and still feel a little bit there. So while I'm here, all the tension should be right back here, across your rotator, and then maybe a little bit in your lat. That's to get you primed when you're in this position, that your shoulder stabilizers are switched on the firing. So when you have a barbell like this, if you're doing front squats or jerks, everything is firing back here so that you have a better chance of actually holding that position. So this is to loosen you out, get you in that position. This is to make sure that you can hold that position. With the small band, it's pretty much the same thing, except you can do it without holding onto it. So you get like this, and then just separate your hands. This is much tighter. Obviously there's the 2 strands of it, so when you get to here, there's more tension. If you're able for that, that's okay as well. You just want to make sure that you're still doing 8 reps with a 6-second pause. You can do like 2-3 sets of them. Start off with 2 sets, but if you're a little more able and you want more of a warm-up, do 3 sets. So the last one is a supinated grip barbell lat stretch. Lots of words, All it means is palm faces up, keep your arms straight. You can do this with a barbell, you can do it with rings as well, I'll show that down in a second. So all it's going to look like is palm is faced up, make sure your elbow stays straight. Just come around so you can see. You can stay there. You can stay there. The camera person's new. So you just want to make sure that your palm stays faced up for the whole time. Elbow stays straight, and try to keep your body square to the direction that you're going. What I mean by that is just don't turn like this because you won't get as much of a stretch. So again, I'm doing my right arm. So you're gonna bring your body out until your arm is straight, and then drop down. Ideally, you want to get your arm in line with your ear, because what that's going to look like here is your arm is in line with your ear. So if you're doing like jerks, anything overhead, you need to be able to get to this range. So this is, again, mimicking that position. So here, so that's phase one of the stretch. I'll do my left arm so you can see my face. So this is phase one of the stretch. Phase two, again, is to move away from the side that you're stretching. So I'm stretching my left arm, elbow straight, palm face up. I'm gonna move to the right. Set your body, move your left leg, and then come down. All that's done is made a longer distance for my lat. So when I'm here, your lats start up here, they run all the way down your back. So I'm just creating a longer stretch. So when I do this one, it's mostly here that I'm getting. Once I bring my leg out, it adds in the lower portion of your lat. So again, what that will look like is here. So phase one is just normal like this. Phase two of it will be here. If you want to add in a little bit extra, you can call it phase three. Just turn your body away. So now I have maximum length in my lat, and I'm getting that little twist, so my arm is being stretched even more. Like now, all of those stretches nice and easy. Don't just jump out on them because you might get a little muscle spasm. So there's one to stretch, one to activate, and another one to stretch. I realize both of them are lats, but lats are a big player. When you're trying to get around like this and get into a good front rack position, your lats actually come up onto your arm here. So if that's too tight, you can't get this out of your shoulder. So a lot of people front rack is usually down here and they can't actually get their arm up. So there's that issue. So try those two. Make sure you try the activation as well, because that really does help. And if you have any questions, comments, or you want any more of them, drop some comments below. I'm gonna do other shoulder things now. Hopefully you enjoy. Cheers.